So, Squishy just left NRG. What does that mean? Why did it happen? And what is next? So, Squishy made a post on Twitter. I'm not going to read it all, but basically he says that he's leaving NRG. He's happy about the time that he spent, and he's going to continue to try to be one of the best players in the world, get into Worlds again. Also, a lot of love from Justin and Garrett, and read the replies. And also an interesting tweet from Cloud9. Is Cloud9 back in the running for Squishy? Because I'm not going to lie, this is a big opportunity for Cloud9 to get back into rlcs, in my opinion. Let's talk about why this happened. I think why it happened is because Squishy or Justin or someone on NRG was tired of taking L's. And I want to put the blame on Squishy, obviously, because he left. But then sometimes there's moments where people leave just because they didn't want to publicly get dropped. It's one of those ultimatums, like you can leave on your own terms or we're going to have to drop you publicly. But definitely somebody was getting tired of losing, and probably team clashing, maybe getting frustrated, getting stressed about trying to be the best. And also I'd like to point out, is this a good move? For me, no, I don't think it's a good move. I think it was a move based on emotion, as in I want to win, emotion, and not a logical move, because let's face it, NRG will make money. All the players will make money. NRG was not going to drop this team or probably even request that players get dropped just because of how much money they make from each team's personal brand and the love that the community has for each player. So this team was only going to change by their hand, not NRG. Which means I could very well see this team being a top 32 team that's not even in RLCS or barely making day 3 and still getting a very good contract and good money from NRG. Now, of course, I could think to myself and say, well, if Squishy gets another org, that's probably going to be the same thing for that org, and that's probably true, but is that org going to be paying him as much as NRG? They're one of the biggest orgs in the game. Unless it's Cloud9, I would say no. Now, let's move on from all that, and let's talk about potential people going to each roster. So let's talk about NRG. Obviously, I think it's the same person in both cases, whether he's on NRG or he's playing with Squishy. Agua's got to be the #1 candidate coming in, as in who NRG's going to pick up to replace Squishy's offense. And I think Agua can immediately make an impact, make this team a LAN potential team, 5th, 6th place team in NA, so he's already really good. And obviously for Squishy, Agua makes a big difference, because it's if Squishy picks up Agua and he picks up someone else, they can probably get picked up by an org in the off season pretty easily. Other people in the running that I could see for NRG or Squishy would be S5 Cosmic potentially for Squishy. I don't know his options right now, who's willing to play with him. Of course you want to think, oh, Daniel or Beast Mode, let's pick up these guys. But I think they're a little too high profile for NRG right now if they're interested in winning. I wouldn't say going to NRG would be the best option for those kind of players. A little too high profile. Other people I could see is Parth or 2Piece from Shopify Rebellion. I think both of those players have a potential to be good players or good fits for NRG or Squishy. Other players I think if you go even lower, you could see Cheese. I think Cheese could be a good player, or Zanil could be a good player. I've also heard some stuff about FaZe potentially, that their org may have to drop their team due to budget cuts. So I'm not gonna lie, if you see the whole FaZe roster open, you could see someone like First Killer going with NRG or Sipical going with Squishy. You could see things like that. This one's kind of a short one, but in a different kind of style for me, but I think I kind of wanted to explain this. It's such an end of an era here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Next video is probably going to be a ones video, typical ones review. It's not that I'm lazy, I just haven't been able to find good ones games to watch, so my plan now is to kind of get into top 30, top 20, top 10 ones, and find just a bunch of really good games and stack them up, and have a whole 2 to 3 weeks catalog of games that I could go over and review. But anyway, if you got to the end, I appreciate you. Buy my merch, maybe. That would be a good idea. Or my coaching, $20 an hour. Anyway, I'll see ya. Peace out.